Thank you. Thank you, Professor Chengchen and Professor Clark. I'm Chu Chengchen from the Shanghai ICEHTMC University of 86 People's Hospital. It's my pleasure to give a presentation here. The topic of my presentation is the research on maintenance management of the equipment of MRI based on RAM. In the research, we want to determine the management of the MRI by analyzing the reliability, availability, and maintainability. The smooth progress of my research is due to the support of Professor Li. So here I'd like to thank for his careful guidance. The slide shows that my presentation is divided into 4 parts. First, let me show you the background briefly and explain the importance of our work. Then I will define the purpose of our work. The third part is I will introduce the approach of my job. Lastly, I will show you the findings of our work. In our hospital, the numbers of patients per day is about 13,000. Our appointment for MRI exams takes about 2 weeks. The number of MRI patients per day is about 80. These numbers suggest that the proper functioning of the medical device is important for the patients. If the medical device occurs malfunctions, that will be because the medical negligence or the medical disputes. So our clinical engineers play the role of goalkeeper. We need to intercept the occurrence of the failure or the breakdown. In the event of medical malfunctions, our clinical engineers are responsible for handling the malfunctions and connecting the service providers for corrective maintenance. At the same time, we need to carry out inspection and the preventive maintenance to ensure the medical device is operating as designed. This slide shows that in the most product, the curve of the failure rate is resembles a bathtub called the bathtub curve. The change of the failure rate of most products can be divided into 3 periods. The early period failure rate is when the products put into use. The fault of the products is mainly caused by the defects of design and the manufacturing, such as the improper design, improper installation, and the improper adjustment. The accidental failure period is when the failure rate drops into a low level and in a stable state after the products put into for a period of time. The exhaustion failure period is when the failure rate rapidly increases after products used for a long time. The failure of the products in this period is mainly caused by the aging and the wear. So our research work is to transform the bathtub curve. We want to, through the preventive maintenance, to reduce the equipment failure rates to prolong the lifetime of the medical device. In order to achieve our goals and carry out the preventive maintenance, we do the 7 steps. First, the first step is the products used. I will identify the products usage dates, such as installation dates, failure rates, and engineering around dates, service completion dates. Then I will collect the dates of, in my work, I collection the failure dates of one MRI equipment for 3 years. The next step is the Laplace test for the chain test. The first step is we use the EasyFit software to find the best fitting distribution of the failure occurrence time and the fault repair time. Then I will do the test the good news of fit of the distribution. The seventh step is quantitatively analyzing the reliability, availability, and maintainability of the medical records. So I get the maintenance rate. As we know, the MRI equipment is a complex system, so we form the failure framework of the subsystems of the MRI in clinical use by the expert consideration, and we form the expert consensus. This slide shows the data we processed. We got the failure occurrence time from the installation date and the failure date. I got the failure repair time from the engineering runtime date and the service completion date. The purpose of the Laplace test analysis is to determine the subsystems are in the earlier failure periods or the accidental failure periods or the exhaustion failure periods. As shown the table, we can see that the RF cores, RF models, communication models, and the software back have no significant increase or decrease in reliability. So they are in accidental failure period. The Weber distribution is a general distribution pattern. It can be formed by adjusting the pattern parameters. So we use the software to fit the most appropriate parameters of the time of failure and the time of the failure maintenance. The test of goodness of fit for the distribution is to judge the correctness from the distribution pattern. From table, we can see the results of chromograph test. Each subsystems are conformed to the Weber's distribution pattern. For given the Weber failure distribution patterns, the reliability function on the subsystems can be shown in the picture. From the picture, we can know that the communication model is the key subsystem with the lowest reliability in the first 10,000 hours. The second is the RF model and the RF coils. These subsystems are the focus of the preventive maintenance. For given the Weber maintenance distribution pattern, the maintenance function of the subsystems are shown in the feature. We came from the feature that the RF models is the key subsystem, and the fault caused by the human factor is very troublesome, such as coins entering the machine. The evaluation index of the reliability, maintainability, availability can be calculated quantitatively by the formula. We can see from the table that the availability of each subsystem is higher than the 99%, and the RF models have the lowest availability. and the ability of the integrated systems have the space to improve. The interval times of preventive maintenance of each system can be obtained from the reliability functioning curve. For example, if we want to get the reliability of 90% of the communication models, it's maybe the preventive maintenance time will be the 2,200 hours to the 2,300 hours. From the table, we can see that the reliability can be improved by the performing preventive maintenance more frequently. Assume that the desired system's reliability levels was maintained at the 70%, 80%, 90% through the preventive maintenance, and then the fault occurrence time for each system were increased by the 10%, 20%, and 30%, and the fault repair time was reduced by the 10% to 20% and 30%. The failure distribution parameters have changed, and the maintenance distribution parameters also changed. So we came from the graph of the percentage of the available increase. We can see that the availability of the integrated and the subsystems are significantly improved. The percentage of the percentage of the availability increase is lower than the percentage of preventive maintenance time, but it's worse. Thank you very much.